Disclaimer, I stole this video from a project I did in university, and seeming as I'm not in that university anymore, they can go suck my cock. With the rise of Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, we have begun to see space exploration as more than just a sci-fi fantasy idea used in books, Star Trek movies, Star Wars movies. There's so many movies named Star, it hurts my brain. However, with this rise, we've also seen the rise in the heavy costs of travel, as well as some other things that a poor autistic girl from this country here on screen is trying to sort out instead of, the people who run the world. We're fucked. It very much seems like the future of space travel, however, is one that is heavily influenced by economics, which raises the question of today's video. To what extent will space travel influence the world's economy? To answer this question, we first need to look at leaving the planet. Engineers will have to consider many things, the overall weight of the rocket being a major factor. This will affect the amount of force needed to leave the ground and break away into geostationary orbit. We would use the equation F equals gmm/r, with g being the gravitational constant, m1 and 2 being two mass values respectively, one of a planet and one of a rocket, and r squared being the radius of our planet squared. Using the delta IV heavy model rocket, this big boy, right here on screen, isn't he hot? As an example, we find that we need over 190,000 newtons of force to leave our planet. We can see that we need a colossal amount of energy. The scientists would also have to work out the velocity needed to escape the atmosphere using the escape velocity equation, meaning we'd need 1.1 times 10 to the 4 meters per second of speed to leave. Due to that value being static, no matter the weight of our rocket, we need to reach the same value all of the time to escape. Just like I say in court. This, of course, all comes at a heavy cost. It was reported by the president of the United Launch Alliance, Tony Bruno. Wait, no, Tory Bruno. Ha! That's his real name! Tory Bruno! That the Delta IV Heavy costs around $350 million US. However, this is quoted from a Twitter statement during an argument with Elon Musk, so the source is overall questionable at best. Moving on from that, if you get the complex equations correct, everything goes to plan, you don't blow up as you try to leave, and all conditions are met, the rocket will go into space and achieve geostationary orbit. And this is where we can explore the main ideas of this question. Now, we're in orbit. It's kind of pretty up here. However, there's money to be made, and there are multiple ways that we can affect our economy. One method is communication, and it's already in use. Starlink is the SpaceX internet provider and currently has over 2,000 satellites active around the globe. I don't like Elon Musk, however, give the man his due, he used Starlink to help the Ukrainian war. Thank you. Each satellite is powered by a set of solar panels and can provide high-speed internet access using optical space links to transmit data, allowing for fast internet access. Optical space lasers are infrared lasers which are not visible to the eye. They transfer data to and from the satellite. To find out the cost of having access to this service, we used my home address, which I blurred, and found out it costs £529 to set up, along with a £50 handling fee and then an £89 a month fee from there. With an active user base of over 250,000, this means Starlink is making at least £22,250,000 UK pounds. The satellites themselves operate on a frequency known as V-bands, not V-bucks, which is a frequency between 40 and 75 gigahertz. Looking at the more personal aspect of this, if this were to become the norm, then not only would Starlink become majorly profitable, however, the industry does have a potential to exclude the working class from this technology, because it's expensive as fuck. I'm not paying 529 quid to get internet when I can get a man from Virgin Media to come and do it for free, if I give it my blood. Starlink is a division of a larger company, however, SpaceX, and it has much bigger plans than satellites. Another major method for creating business and profitability from space is something we've already begun to see with the wealthy elite. Space tourism! Yay! Woo! It's my favourite thing! Whilst being in its early stages currently, the hope is that in the future, the very close future, mind you, individuals can go on holiday to the moon. Or they can just take a trip up, see the sights and come back down. It's odd. In the present day, it provides no benefits, apart from looking interesting. I wouldn't mind it. Someone want to buy me a ticket on a flight, please? However, the cost of admission is incredibly steep. SpaceX lists the price of one 40 kg man to cost $1.1 million for a single flight. The cost, whilst not a problem for the likes of Kim Kardashian, Pete Davidson, anyone who is currently in the gas industry, because Jesus Christ, petrol prices are through the roof. I'm going to have to sell my firstborn to get to work tomorrow. However, for the average person, unless you win the lottery, which good luck with that, it's practically unachievable. Blue Origin is the direct rival of SpaceX, and they don't list a price. However, tabloids have speculated, as tabloids do, and have estimated a cost of between $300,000 and $400,000 for a civilian flight. This is per person, by the way, not for a whole family. So if a family of 4 were doing it, you'd be well paying over $1 million. Good luck with that. These costs are understandable in a sense. The weight of a person, while small, can affect the overall velocity needed for liftoff. This will also directly affect the amount of fuel needed, and fuel is expensive. And please stop raising the prices, put them back down to $5 for a gallon. However, it's very, very clear that the whole goal of civilian flights are for economic gain, and economic gain alone. At some point in the future, chances are we're going to go interplanetary. This can be both a blessing and a curse. To stay away from politics, yes, I'm looking at you, Vlad. If people in power decide to start claiming territory and ignoring the Outer Space Treaty, hypothetically, you can stop this from occurring. Not that that will stop powerful people from trying. Regardless, if we colonise Mars, for example, we're going to have a lot of challenges to face before we can consider it economically viable. Radiation waves of many forms across the planet could damage our cells in unpredictable ways, like the Hulk. But instead of the Hulk, you just get cancer, and you die. Dust storms can, without a doubt, destroy any base of operations, and on top of this, Mars has a high temperature of 31 degrees, and a low temperature of 141 negative. So probably best if you leave your swimming trunks at home and bring your Kevlar. If we're able to begin some form of colonisation, the chances are the billionaires aren't going to do the heavy lifting, which means it will be left up to pre-selected people. If these pre-selected people can't get a functioning colony up and running without relying on Earth for basic utilities such as food, water, energy, Cliff Richard, any profitability we see on other planets would be null and void. If we colonise Mars, we can use this as a base of operations, a jumping point, if you will, for the final method of space profitability. Asteroid mining! Asteroid mining is the most profitable and definitive version of getting money from space. Out there amongst the stars, we can change everything. The theoretical concept involves taking resources such as iron and gold and platinum. This is achieved by a precisely tuned laser with a mounted camera, much like a Twitch streamer in public. The asteroids themselves will be broken down into 3 categories: Type C, S, and M. Type M asteroids are considered the most economically valuable, and theoretically, if this is going to become reality, then our economy is going to be fucked. Because things like gold and platinum are going to be worthless because there's billions and billions and billions and billions and billions of fucking dollars of it in space. Jupiter, for example, an asteroid circling Jupiter is estimated to be worth 10 quintillion with a Q. we're fucked. This is enough to solve any economical problem we have, but the money also has the potential to crash the world economy, which means we're all fucked. On top of this, it could cause a major scale war with many countries racing to have a monopoly over the resources the asteroid has to offer. This wouldn't just affect the people at the top. If this is the worst case scenario and it were to happen, the social implications would be disastrous, with regular, innocent people dying in war for the people at the top to become rich beyond their wildest dreams. So whilst in one sense, yay iron, on the other sense nuclear Armageddon. Because we won't see a penny. The elite will, which is why I'm a communist. Oh fuck, that's the wrong anthem. Fuck. So with everything being said, we will conclude this mini essay video, which I've nicked from my university with some main points. Profitability in space is clearly possible, as we've talked about. Space exploration can become a major part of the economy with the correct regulation. The consequences of getting any aspect, scientific, social, economic, environmental, wrong would be disastrous, and within the next 100 years, we could expand among the stars. Or we could lose it all. Scary, isn't it? The rise of new technologies and new methods to collect resources, travel, and live, our economy on a global scale changes dramatically every day. We're already seeing Web 3.0 changing. And making space a marketplace is only going to change it more. Even if one of the aspects discussed becomes a major success, we'll see major differences in the way we live. People will either have this brilliant utopian world where everything is perfect and nothing can ever go wrong, or we lose it all. Because not many people talk about that, do they? We don't talk about what could be lost if the filthy rich get too rich, or if the poor become such a big margin that it doesn't matter. And that's what the economic impact of space will be, if it's not regulated, if it's not correctly managed. The poor will remain poor while the rich become living gods. However, as always, more research into the concepts discussed is always required. Fuck you, beep. You're not having anything from me. I'm keeping this forever. Fuck off. Gamers! Humble Bundle, you know you want it. I want it too. This week's offering is Serious Sam. But don't be fooled by that. He's not very serious. Oh no. It's supporting War Child. Brilliant company. FPS. You like shooting things. I like shooting things. I've shot my wife this morning. It's very good. You get Serious Sam 4, Serious Sam Siberian Mayhem, and Serious Sam Tormental. Yeah. That's good, and if you go to www.humblebundle.com/partner equals Shadow Square and buy this, use the sliders, you know, slide that shit my way. It really helps the channel because we've had one of the best performances on a video recently, and I'm looking to capitalize on that with monetary gain. Thank you for watching. Fuck off. Buy my fucking Humble Bundle, mumble, jumble, go follow Dogs on Twitter. Bye.